Commercialization, in the biggest global sense, is really about creating a future for our nation. And we are unique as a country in having the capacity to control our own future by having the capacity to invent our own future.
During intermittent therapy, you disconnect that line, and that is when you would use dual cap. Catheter Connections is a local company, started up at the University of Utah. We are an infection control company with our first product just hit the market a few months ago, and it protects against catheter-related bloodstream infections, which is a major problem in the U.S. as well as worldwide.
In the university, we've got literally hundreds of faculty developing new knowledge. One of the ways that we want to utilize that knowledge is to make a difference in the world. And the commercialization process is getting those deployed to make that difference.
Through our research at the university and at the company, we've discovered that there's a very small window of temperature and lots of airflow and a little technique and timing that's required to really effectively kill the lice and the eggs.
Larada Sciences is facilitating the move of self-treating for head lice with shampoos and other products to a service business. We've treated about 17,000 people so far since we launched about a year ago. We'll double, triple that in the next 12 months easily.
The Utah model is all about doing something with the university, engaging educational program, engaging the research process, and following the research process through all the way to the point of deployment as a product or a practice or a service that's making a difference in the world. And so the Utah model is very holistic.
What we're doing right now is so exciting because literally we took a concept from two nurses from the VA hospital in Salt Lake City, just an idea.
Very often we're dealing with ideas. They're simply ideas. And so the very first money we give is for what's called a proof of concept prototype.
We took that concept to the University of Utah's biomedical engineer. He looked at it with me and did a lot of due diligence from an engineering standpoint and decided that the product was so innovative and exciting and commercializable and manufacturable that the University of Utah should actually take this product and help us develop it for the world.
The notion is build one that works, show us it works. Go from just the idea to the execution of the idea.
We saw a product that had no engineering, just an idea by the clinicians, and have turned it into a product right now that is for sale and being used in hospitals.
The track record that the University of Utah has in technology commercialization is just remarkable. And again, it's a great tool for us in economic development to send the message to the world that Utah is a place where technology is welcome and fostered and encouraged. Another important activity that we found to be useful is that as we're calling on companies in a proactive recruiting mode, is to say to them, we'd love for you to license technology from the University of Utah, that there's lots of things to choose from. But rather than taking that license and exporting it to California or to New York or wherever you're going to go, how about the idea of growing it here in Utah?
The average job that comes out of a University of Utah spinoff is 150% the Utah average. When we say economic development, it oftentimes is reduced to jobs and payroll, but there's also a side of this of really creating the community that we want, full of corporate citizens who care a lot about the community, are willing to invest back in the community, and then also a workforce that tends to be engaged, supporting the success of the community, which benefits us all.
It's about a half-hour treatment.
Larada Sciences has 8 employees. We are very likely to grow and continue adding significant headcount, relatively highly paid headcount as we grow in the state.
We are absolutely committed to staying in Utah with this company.
As we look at other parts of the country, everyone is envious of what's going on here in Utah. As they see the success rate that's been able to be produced here in Utah, the kinds of companies that have spun out of here, and the real world-class leading research that's been then turned into successful commercial ventures. We get that question all the time, and we're very proud to be able to point to say, University of Utah is your place.